Hello everyone, Isaiah Herrera here from the El Paso Society for Musicians of the Future. Currently, we are gathering information for our upcoming video which will dive into the history of Mexican music. But while we do that, we decided to dedicate this video to asking you guys some quick trivia questions from our previous videos. And even if you haven't seen them, you may still be able to answer these questions. To make this interesting though, we are going to add point values to each question, and each question will contain a different point value. So at the end of this video, tally up all the points that you got and see what grade you get. My fellow ambassador Samuel Maddox will assist me in asking the questions. So without further ado, let's get started.
The melody, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, was originally written as 1. A symphony, 2. A poem, or 3. Always a melody. Correct. The answer is 2. A poem.
Who is regarded as the father of music? 1. Joseph Haydn. 2. Ludwig van Beethoven. Or 3. Johann Sebastian Bach. You got it. The answer is 3. Johann Sebastian Bach.
In which era did the earliest forms of orchestra, as we know it today, develop? 1. The Baroque era. 2. The Classical era. Or 3. The Medieval era. Correct. The answer is 1. The Baroque era.
What is the oldest known instrument found in a cave in Germany? 1. A flute made from mammoth ivory and bird bone. 2. A piccolo made from mammoth ivory and bird bone. Or 3. A small drum made from bird skin and tusks. You got it. The answer is 1. A flute made from mammoth ivory and bird bone.
What instrument is considered to be the king of instruments? 1. The piano. 2. The violin. Or 3. The pipe organ. That's correct. The answer is 3. A pipe organ.
What era in music history came before the 20th century? 1. The Baroque era. 2. The Romantic era. Or 3. The Classical era. Correct. The answer is 2. The Romantic era.
Piano keys were originally made from what? 1. The teeth of birds. 2. The tusks of elephants. Or 3. The tusks of mammoths. The correct answer is 2. The tusks of elephants. And by the way, birds don't have teeth.
Which composer was often kidnapped because of his beautiful singing voice? 1. Orlando de Lassus. 2. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Or 3. Franz Schubert. Correct. Orlando de Lassus.
True or false? Orchestras always tune to an A. False. Orchestras always tune to what is called concert C, and for a good reason.
Music knowledge check. Which major key has only one sharp? 1. E major. 2. F major. Or 3. G major. You are correct. The answer is 3. G major.
What era came after the Baroque era? 1. The Classical era. 2. The Renaissance era. Or 3. The Medieval era. Correct. The answer is 1. The Classical era. And by the way, there was a little period of transition between the Baroque and Classical eras called the Rococo period.
Which of the listed instruments can be both a string and percussion instrument? 1. The drums. 2. The violin. Or 3. The piano. You are correct. The answer is 3. The piano.
What is the oldest surviving musical composition? 1. Symphony of the Ducks. 2. Daphneos. Or 3. Seikilos Epitaph. Correct. The answer is 3. The Seikilos Epitaph, which is a short Greek song which is dated to be around the 1st century AD.
True or false? Grand pianos sit in a vertical position. Hey, you got it. The statement is false.
How many skulls does Joseph Haydn's tomb have? 1. 2 skulls. 2. 4 skulls. Or 3. Just his skull. Correct. The answer is 1. 2 skulls.
Who is the first identified female composer in music history? 1. Hildegard of Bingen. 2. Mary Hell of Bingen. Or 3. Rosemary of Bingen. Not a bad job. The answer is 1. Hildegard of Bingen.
Music knowledge check. Which key or keys has no sharps and no flats? 1. A major. 2. C major. Or 3. A minor. Correct. The answers are 2. C major and 3. The relative minor of C major, A minor.
Which composer wrote The Rite of Spring? 1. Ludwig van Beethoven. 2. Igor Stravinsky. Or 3. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You are correct. The answer is 2. Igor Stravinsky.
Johann Sebastian Bach was addicted to which drink? 1. Tea. 2. Orange juice. Or 3. Coffee. Correct. The answer is 3. Coffee, after which he named his famous Coffee Cantata.
In which era did the harpsichord make its first appearance? 1. The medieval era going into the Renaissance era. 2. The Renaissance era going into the Baroque era. Or 3. The Classical era going into the Romantic era. You got it. The answer is 2. The Renaissance era going into the Baroque. So how'd it go? Did you score high? Find out with this score chart, and I'll give you some time to figure out your musical grade. So what'd you get? Are you a music history mastermind? Whether you are or not, it's always important to have a basic understanding of the history of music and how music developed into the great beauty that it is today. Nonetheless, thank you all so much for watching and participating in this video, and we hope that everybody is safe and healthy. Be sure to share with your friends, and stay tuned for next Friday where we will dive into the history of Mexican music. We will see you then.